So this was the process of how I began drawing for fun Hunks and the Devil, at least with my rendition. I was going to go for a modern take, but nothing too on the nose modern, more like that kind of 80s feel, but not so much so. I wanted Fun Hunks to look old-fashioned because he's retired, he's a man in his 60s, and he is clinging to his pipe as much as he is clinging to his past. He is not happy that he's retired. I wanted to capture this really tired look in him, where he feels like he can't give up. And he is tenacious. He is a very bold guy. He is very much still trying to capture some strength that he had in his youth, but he is obviously too old to sail anymore, and so he spends most of his time at the bar recuperating, rethinking everything, reminiscing on the past. There's parts of him that he probably regrets having, but there's nothing he can do about it now because this is what his life has become. I wanted to capture this bleak, heavy feeling in him, and working with the shape of a square, I could make him really practical. I looked at the shape of the beaver and Don't Starve because it kind of helped to look at games that were also inspired by Tim Burton to capture the look that I wanted to get with these characters. I think that Fun Hunks came out very strong. Even on the first sketch of him, he came out just as I had imagined him to look, and I'm very happy with how he came out. For the Devil, he also came out almost just as naturally to me as Fun Hunks did, because even before I began sketching, I was thinking for a couple days what shapes would really work with both of them. To compare and contrast with a square, making the Devil into a triangle would really make him look sharp and angular and terrifying. I was going to go a bit more demonic with him. I was considering horns on his head, but I didn't want to get too on the nose because even in Fun Hunks and the Devil's original story, the way that the devil reveals himself is probably by accident in some tellings, where it seems like he turns his back away from Fun Hunks and Fun Hunks notices the hooves on his feet and his tail. And so I kept all the demonic features on the lower part of his body, while the upper half was just a bit more charming and devilish, but not too evident. I mean, you could argue about the crucifix being upside down on his chest, but it's more subtle, and even so, with the way that Fun Hunks behaves in this retelling, he could look the devil in the face and not give a flying whatever you want to say about it. I feel like it makes for a very interesting dynamic to see this very eccentric man and this very cold, brutish, tired one interacting with one another in a way that's almost competitive. Now, obviously, these characters cannot just live in a vacuum. I didn't want to put them on Table Mountain again, so I put them in a space that would sort of replicate the mountain, and that turned into a bar because it could be a semblance of addiction. It could be a place where people just succumb to their worst state. It was going to be Fun Hunks's hell, and he was going to endure through it. The way I wanted to emulate that this was still going to be Table Mountain was just through very subtle ways, like the bar is the table itself. There was going to be posters that were like the beer positivity posters, except there would be more along the lines of sacrilegious jabs at the devil, even if it's his domain, his place of control. I started working into thumbnail sketches of what I wanted the place to kind of look like. I liked putting the little X's on the beer bottles. All these little details were really cute for me. And I always get carried away with backgrounds because it's so fun to add in things that people won't look for, but they'll feel it's there. And that's incredibly special for me when I work. Next up, a couple props for the little guys to have, and immediately it was just going to be the pipes. I sketched something very classic, very simple for Fun Hunks. The devil, being a show-off, was going to get the fancier pipe.